I want to move to the club progress dashboard. And that is right up here at the top left-hand corner, just above the membership goal link. And here's how the progress dashboard looks. Progress dashboard opens up like this. Now, what I'm showing you here is some snapshots from last year, because this is a whole lot more valuable as you get into the year and you see how things are going. All of this data is on the first of the month. A 1 month snapshot after the 1st of August is not that hugely insightful, but it really starts getting important as you get out into September and October. So here's a club that intends to grow by 7. Their starting membership of 29, their membership goal of 36. Their intent was to grow by 7 members. Now they also lose 3 members a year on average. Except so far this year, as of January, they've already lost 4. So instead of that 7 and 3 being the number of new members required, which is what showed up in their goal setting, it's now incremented to 11. They need to replace those 4 absolutely already left members, plus those 7 that they need to grow. So what that does is it creates this pace line. We call this the pace to goal line, and you'll notice that it ramps from 0 to 11 members, and it does that between July 1st and June 1st. Not July 1st, June 1st, so that we have a month to regroup in case we had a near miss. Now, this is handy because, of course, that is 11 months, and they need 11 members. So you notice that line increments at a rate of essentially 1 per month. Now, the blue bars are their actual new member acquisition. And you'll notice they got started off the blocks at the outset, and they continued on attracting members until they're right on par with where they want to be as of January 1st. There's another look at that up here. You'll see a couple little arrows that point out from each other, usually means something expands when you see that on a page. So we'll click on that, and we see their pace graph. Their pace is 6. That's where they need to be. Their actual 6. They are right on the money in terms of new member acquisition this year. Every likelihood of finishing the year with the goal that they set out to achieve. Now, these little tool tips, we call them, little question marks surrounded by a circle. Each one of those, if you're not sure what you're looking at, you just mouse over that, and we pop up a little dialog box explaining that this line represents a steady month-to-month pace of new member attraction to reach your membership goal for the year. Try to meet or exceed the goal each month with your pace of attracting new members. So we try to do some education along the way. That's easy to do because you've got a live screen and some of these pop-up features. So let's close that. And I'd like to show you another club, a little bit different scenario. Again, this is a snapshot as of January last year. This club had attracted 3 members so far. They lost 1. So they're basking in the sunshine of a net gain of +2 in January. And I phrase it that way because this is the only thing we've had to use for decades in measuring a club's progress during the year, which is where are they with respect to net gain. And it turns out that it is highly misleading. You'll see how. This club on average loses 9 members in a year. They've only lost 1. So despite the euphoria of this +2, they've got 8 more likely to terminate over the course of the year. They also have an audacious membership goal of +8 from 46 to 54. I probably wouldn't have set a goal that high if it were me, but they didn't ask. So this is their goal, to grow from 48 to 54, which is 8 members. And of course, that average annual attrition of 9 means they're going to need 17 members this year, of which they've acquired 3. So the 17 member pace line is here. You can see the blue bars not even within striking range of where they need to be at this point, halfway through the year. This is a huge red flag to a club that's otherwise basking in this euphoria of a net gain of +2 at that same moment. So we pop up the expansion. Their pace at this point in the year would have been 9. They've actually attracted 3. They are 6 members behind where they needed to be as of January 1st. Well, you might not be surprised that by July 1st, they landed with a net loss of 1, not a gain of 8 for their goal, not even break even. They landed it with a net loss of 1, despite that net gain that they rode into January with of +2. So this is brand new information. We've never had visibility of this before. We've never been able to tell how a club was really doing in terms of their pace of acquiring new members. And the thing about it is that that's the only thing you can measure. You cannot measure success in reducing attrition anytime during the year. There's no valid metric of that because it's not linear. You get toward the end of the year, you have those 2 or 3 surprise terminations in May or June, and suddenly you're below the waterline. So one more club. This is a little happier story. This is a larger club. They lose on average 16 members a year. They have just had a growth spurt. This club grew from 60 to over 100 members in just 3 years. And of course, what that will do is it will step up your attrition rates. And in fact, this particular year, this is as of June 1st, this club had lost 24 members, not 16. They terminated 24 members, but thankfully, they had added 27. And their goal was moderate, only +1, because again, of this huge rapid growth that they experienced over the past 3 years. It was a good judgment to not set that goal any higher. So when we expand this, what we're seeing is they rode into June 1st, a couple of members ahead of the pace line. That would put them a couple of members ahead of their goal of +1. And sure enough, they ended up 2 members over their goal of 107. They ended up with July 1st actual of 109, a net gain of 3. So this is what it's supposed to look like. Here's yet another club. Well, this is the last one I'm going to show you. Here's a club that has 5 new members year to date, terminated 5. They're at break even. And you'll notice, of course, that their June 1st member count was 56. Take a look at the graph explosion. Their goal was 59. Again, at this point in the year, they were at break even. Their July 1 start was 56. The June 1st actual is 56. But you know what? That attrition bug bit them, and they ended the year at 53. They had 3 surprises during the month of June. Now, here's the important thing. That was completely predictable months before. These guys have been short of the pace they needed to be on to reach their membership goal for months. In fact, it was predictable clear back here in December. They, of course, didn't make any course correction to correct for that. So they ended up with a net loss of 3 members, 56 to 53, against that assumed hopeful goal of 59.
So here are some things I'd like you to take away from this. First of all, you will lose members in your club this year, and that's a highly predictable number. The average annual terminations are an excellent predictor of that future result. Additionally, remind yourself that terminations are back-end loaded, meaning you can't afford to wait until members start resigning to get your new member attraction machine running. Now, folks, there's no metric during the year to tell you whether you're improving in retention or not. There's absolutely no way to tell whether you're making progress on that because attrition is spotty and it tends to be loaded toward the back end of the year. So don't count on the hope that your attrition will somehow be less this year than it's averaged in the past years. You won't know that until the final membership statistics come out the first week of August after this year's all over. The thing you can measure is your pace of attracting new members starting at the beginning of the year. Check the progress dashboard just after the first of each month to see if your club is on pace.